Well, I recently described this as something that might not be out of place at a Roman vomitorium. Time to do something different with this. Hello and welcome to this week's video. Recently I was up in Yorkshire doing a demonstration at Bristol Woodturning Club. Fantastic club, what wonderful facilities and very warm and friendly and welcoming, hospitable members. Oh, it was great fun, even if it was a long drive. 3 days to do a one evening demonstration. Still, I enjoyed it very much and I hope those who came along were able to get something from it. This was the last piece that I did. Playing, suggestions of colours from the audience, and then some ineptitude on my part. Yeah, it didn't come out as well as it could have done. So it's time to do something different with this blank and show how easy it is to recover from a disaster like this. Hope you enjoy the video. Okay, I'm going to start with it mounted between centres, and it's a little bit out of balance. I'm going to get it balanced up, and then I'm going to establish two different chucking feet and do some off-centre stuff. Been meaning to try this for a long time. Now, because this is flat, I'm actually going to use my random orbit sander. It's a bit heavy, but I can put dust extraction on this end, dust extraction here, so it does a better job of getting rid of, well, as much of the dust as possible. And I'll put my air filter on as well. Picking up some black spots, but I don't think that detracts from it. Right, so I'm going to take it off the mega jaws, and I'm now going to mount it on this spigot. Going to have to change the jaws for that. Right, I'm brought up the centre, the live centre, to give some extra support as it's now mounted off centre, out of balance, as you can see. Just started off on a low speed. Right, my secret weapon, Meltonian brass brush for suede shoes. Just being careful not to scratch the black. Now there's a little bit of an edge here that's a little bit rough to handle, so just going to tickle that with a bit of 180. That's better. Right, now for some contrast. I've just loosely put some cling film over this, seeing if this is going to be successful. Just going to put a misting of blue, then a darker blue, and then some silver, I think. Black acrylic. Just a little tiny piece, the size of a pea. Just load the brush up. Take the first bit off. In fact, I think I might go back to black completely with that. Now, so we're going to put it back on this spigot, which is at the centre. And I think as well a bit more black on here, just toning that edge down a little. Okay, now leave that to dry. I can't decide whether to take it a bit bigger and have like a crescent blood moon. So I'm going to leave it all to dry, mull it over in the bath and come back tomorrow. Inspired. Well, a bit cleaner anyway. And so the morning comes, and with it a clearer head and more vitalised creativity. Juice. Pebeo, iridescent silver and... no, just iridescent silver. I think it needs a bit more sparkle. Now, there's a whole range of these iridescent colours, and other manufacturers have theirs as well. Unlike the Joe Sonia ones, which are white until they're dried, these ones start the colour that they are meant to be. Now, I only want it just to pick up a mere smidgen of this, but I think I didn't have enough on from yesterday. I've got other colours, so I might try another one as well, just to put a bit of warmth in it, but I think that's looking better already. Okay. Right, so that's had some time to dry now. So before I finish hollowing out the bowl part, I'm just going to seal and put some lacquer on the outside. I don't want lacquer on the bowl part, that'll just be finished with some wax. Okay, so now time to get some shine. Hycote clear lacquer. Right, the lacquer's had 24 hours or more, a little more to dry, and I'm going to cut it back with a bit of compound, just because I want to get a flatter finish on this, and also it's a little uneven in a couple of places, so that cutting back might solve that problem for me. On this outer rim, I'm probably not going to do that cutting back. It seems to have applied a bit better around here. Maybe there was something, a bit of grain here that wasn't as receptive to it, or maybe I missed it with some of the sealer. There is lacquer in the middle as well at the moment, but that will be turned out when I put the final finishing cuts, and then it'll just be a waxed interior. So I'm going to do some polishing with a rather inexpensive polishing kit from an online retailer that apparently can get you anything from A to Z. And the compound I'm going to use is this, a Farecla G6 paste compound. I'm just going to put a little on with a little bit of water and just work it around. See how it goes. See how we get on. Blah, blah, blah. Just going to start by putting a little blob on the pad of water just to help loosen it. I've got here some Turtlewax. I've never really been into polishing cars, but goodness knows where this came from. Let's give it a little go. Possibly a bit dried out. Cleaning out the compound. Might need a bit of water. old dried up Turtlewax. Well, I don't mind there being a little bit of texture here. After all, it is wood, it's not plastic. Although I'm sure there'll be some amongst you who are thinking, oh, how can you do that to a piece of wood? Well, a lot of people cover their doors in their house with shiny paint. I think this is more attractive than a gloss door. But beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Okay, that's curving nicely all the way in. Got a bit of tidying up on the edge to do. I'm going to enlist the help of a scraper for this, as I'm wary of coming too far across this edge. But just going to put a fresh edge on that. Okay, that's curving nicely all the way in. Okay, cut and polish time. Now that leaves a very lovely silky smooth surface. Now just got all this sanding dust to get rid of. Microcrystalline wax is the final treatment. And here it is finished in all its lovely glossy shininess. It was fun to do this. I've been meaning, as I said, to do some off-centre turning of a platter for a long time. First go, pleased with it. It's given me some ideas for other things to try. I quite liked it when there was just one sort of curve cut through here, and I had a crescent around here and the circle here, so plenty of scope for other designs and variations. I'm not as happy with this edge. I think I would have preferred to have curved that round and softened that, but there we go. The rim is a little bit of a departure, slightly, I think you can just about see it, slightly rolled back on the top. The still images, of course, will give you a much clearer idea than the webcam pictures will. So I hope there's something in this project that was of interest, and thanks very much for watching. He's got the whole world in his hands. You are so embarrassing.